Do you want to learn wildlife photo editing but you don't know where to start? Start with this video because today I'm gonna show you how to edit this Black Panther into this image. So let's not waste any more time and let's start editing in Photoshop. Alright, let's start right into Photoshop, and first of all what I'm gonna do is create a new file. I wanna start from scratch and I'm gonna create a file of 6000 by 7500 pixels. So this is a 4:5 ratio file. Let's click on create. Then I'm gonna place the photo inside this image. I have this photo and I'm just gonna place it here. Let's zoom out and let's make sure we stretch it all the way like that, so we fill up the whole area. If you look at this photo, it looks like this photo was taken at the zoo. I think there is some sort of a cage in the background, maybe not, but to me it looks like a zoo photo. So you can see you can even take photos at the zoo and then edit them into Photoshop and create really awesome fine art. So let's start with creating something cool out of this. First of all, what I would like to do is I would like to change the background. I don't like the white background. I want to make it dark. So let's first go to select subject and I'm gonna select this Panther. In the latest version of Photoshop, it does a really good job on selecting the subject. Let's make a mask here. And the background, I'm gonna press Ctrl I to invert it and make it black. Now you can see there is some little line around the edge of this subject, of this Panther. We can easily fix that by going to the layer mask and then hold down Ctrl or Command and clicking on it. So we make a selection, then go to select, modify, contract, and then it's gonna contract the selection inside. So here we can select how much pixels. Let's do 2. I think 2 should be enough. You can zoom all the way in, maybe even more. I'm going to press Ctrl Z and I'm going to go to select, modify, contract, and I'm going to do 4. And now you can see we can get rid of this white line by selecting inverse and then press Command backspace to get rid of that. Make sure your background color is set to black when you press Command backspace or Control backspace on Windows. Now let's zoom out and you can see this already looks better. Let's add a curves first, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring the midtones a bit down so you get like these nice black tones like somewhere in the center there. And I'm also gonna increase the highlights a bit, and the black tones I'm gonna make even darker, and that's already a lot better to me. It is a bit dark, so we're gonna make it lighter. I'm gonna add a levels here and I'm gonna slightly make this lighter like that. Now we have better black tones and better lighting. Now the next thing what I would like to do is I would like to work a bit on the background because it's now like black and I don't really like this black background. I want to create a new solid color. So I'm going to go to solid color and I'm going to select something a bit kind of grayish because I want to create something gray, but I'm not going to apply this effect to the whole background. I'm just going to select different areas when I apply this. So I'm going to click on the mask and press Ctrl I. Then I'm gonna take a brush tool and I'm gonna select the soft round brush and I'm gonna bring the flow all the way down to, let's say, maybe 5. Let's make the brush bigger and I'm gonna brush a bit around him. And if we can see here, we start to see this gray is coming there behind him. It's a bit dark, so I'm gonna increase the flow a bit here so you can see this better, maybe somewhere in the range of 10. And there you have it. You see it, it's coming out of the background like that. We're creating this kind of effect around him. I'm gonna place it like all the way around the image, so I'm just clicking a lot so I don't have one color background. I want to have like different kind of color in the background, so a bit dark gray, a bit lighter gray, just a bit of different kind of gray tones. If I disable enable this, you can see it got a lot lighter. We can drop the opacity here to make it a bit darker if you want to, something like that. And this already makes the image look a lot more interesting than just one color background. Now, the next thing what I would like to do is I would also like to place this effect a little bit in the foreground. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this layer with Ctrl J. Then I'm going to delete the layer mask and I'm going to make a new layer mask and I'm going to press Ctrl I and I'm going to move this all the way up to the front. Then I'm going to brush again and this time it will be in the foreground. And that way I can create like this sort of mist around the Panther here. And I'm just going to brush a lot of times again, just to make sure I have all these areas with this kind of mist like that. And I can see we're creating a little bit of mist around them and behind them. And that way we're gonna create some depth in this image. So let me see before, after, it's getting a bit grayish. Don't worry about the color. It's gonna get better later on because we're gonna create some darker and lighter areas also. But first I wanna create this effect just a bit around him like that. The next step, what I would like to do is I would like to add some kind of vignette around him. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a new gradient, and I'm gonna select radial here, and we're gonna put it in reverse because we want to use the outer areas. And then we're gonna go to the color. And for the color, I think we can even try maybe something not purple, a bit kind of dark bluish tones like that. And I'm gonna copy this color and put it there and move it to the side. And now when I use the scale here, I can define how much do I want this apply, like how big do you want to have this. Want to make sure this face stays without this effect and it starts like somewhere around him, just like that. And I'm gonna change the blend mode to soft light. And let's before, after, let's compare the before, after. You can see we're getting some really nice dark blue tones. The next thing what I would like to do to this image is I would like to work on the edge of the Panther. We already fixed it with the contract thing, but now we can make it even better. So I'm gonna go to the Panther here and I'm gonna create a new layer, and I'm gonna fill this with 50% gray. And I'm gonna change the blend mode to overlay. And then I'm gonna select the burn tool because I wanna burn these areas. So we have these outer areas. Here we're gonna select highlights. We wanna make sure we get rid of those highlights, and then we can brush a bit. Let's make the brush smaller, and I'm gonna brush these areas here. And this will blend the image better with the background. We're getting rid of those highlights at the edge. So I'm only brushing the edge for now. Then I'm gonna switch to midtones, and I'm gonna drop the exposure. I'm also gonna brush the midtones. So basically starting with the highlights and moving our way down to midtones. And after the midtones, we also gonna do the shadows. So you can see it's getting rid of that white line around it that we first initially already tried to remove, but it stays a little bit in the image, so we can manually get rid of it. And this is the shadows. You can see once we get to the shadows, you can barely see it anymore. So you see this works really well to get rid of that strange line. And this already makes the image look a lot more real than that image with that white line around it. It looks like it's really photoshopped, and this one, I think it looks really nice now. So you can see before we had this, after brushing, it looks like this. We're creating a lot of this depth in this image. Now, the next step what I would like to do to this image is I would like to work on the lighting. We didn't do any lighting yet, so I always like to work a lot on the lighting because the lighting sets the mood for this image. So let's go to the image, and I'm gonna add a curves, and then I'm gonna drop this down. I wanna make it dark first. And then when we click on the mask, we're gonna use a normal brush. We're gonna brush one side lighter because I wanna create lighting from that side. So I'm gonna brush this side back, and the left side is gonna stay dark. Let me brush the eyes lighter. I don't wanna lose the eyes. And also let's brush a bit in the background because we still wanna see that effect in the background from that mist effect. And I'm gonna brush it like that. So we created one side darker, as you can see here. Now we can create a light effect. So I'm gonna create a new layer. And for the light effect, you can either just use a brush like that and just press Ctrl T and resize it and put it there out of the frame, maybe like that. But what I like to do is I like to use my lighting brushes. I'm gonna go to the brushes, and I'm gonna go to light brushes, and I'm gonna add one of my lighting brushes. If you want to get these lighting brushes, check the link in the description of the video. You can get those on my website. And I'm gonna place that here, and then I'm gonna move this out of the frame, make it bigger, rotate this a bit so it's coming a bit more from the top like that. And I'm gonna drop the opacity, and that's how I create lighting on pretty much all the photos I edit. I can duplicate this again, maybe move a bit to the top there, maybe one more light there, like there is some sun coming in between those cave rocks or whatever he is standing in the dark. I think this makes a really cool kind of moody image. We can duplicate it even one more time, and that's already enough. Now, the next thing what I would like to do to this image is I would like to work on the highlights. This image is pretty dark, so we have to work on the highlights to make sure we don't lose all the details. So to work on the highlights, I'm gonna create a new layer, and I'm gonna fill this with 50% gray, and I'm gonna change the blend mode to overlay. This is the same with the burn tool, but this time I'm gonna use the dodge tool. So if we go here, we have the dodge tool. For the highlights, we use the dodge tool. For the shadows, we use the burn tool. And I'm gonna brush these areas. Let's make sure we select midtones here because we don't wanna make it too light. I just wanna make them slightly lighter. If you're gonna make them too light, it's gonna be like weird white, and we just wanna make them lighter and not white because this is a pretty dark image, so we have to be careful with not making those highlights too light because when you look at this, you can see it's getting really light, and we need to control this to not make it look fake. We want to make this like a real photo, just with a great dark background, and the highlights are popping out. You can see those whiskers here, and at first it's really starting to light up when I brush here. So I'm definitely gonna try to make this lighter so you can see this in the dark pretty good. Now the lighting is coming from that side, so this side will be a bit darker, but I don't want to lose the details of these whiskers here, so I'm gonna brush them also just a little touch so you can still see that detail. I'm also gonna brush a bit there just to make sure this side is slightly lighter. Now we can compare the before, after. It's a bit too light, I think, so I'm gonna drop the opacity, and here I can control how much do I want to apply this. I want to apply this just a little touch like that, not too much. Next thing what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the eyes a bit lighter, so I'm gonna do the same, add a 50% gray layer, and this time I'm gonna brush the eyes. So the eyes are pretty easy to brush. You just brush inside the eye, and also this reflection thing there, make sure to brush that, then you get those really nice reflections of the lighting inside the eyes. So the whole eye, brush the whole eye, and then also this area where you see that light reflection, that is something you should brush. And look at that, look how bright that is. This is a bit too bright for me, so I'm just dropping the opacity there. All right now we did a lot of things to this image. Some would say this is enough. This could be the final image, but I would like to try different things. Usually when I do these kind of things, at the end, I like to try different things. So one thing I like to try is change the background color a bit. So when we go to the background color, you can see I can easily change this by moving to this layer. And sometimes I like to apply a color. Maybe I want to make a background like that, maybe some bluish, maybe some dark greenish. Whatever you want to do with the image, you can do that now because we can control every layer. And that's the good thing about Photoshop. You don't have to apply these effects like you did in the beginning. You can change them later on if you don't like them. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make the background slightly lighter. I feel like we can make this a bit lighter because he's pretty dark. So I want to make it a little bit lighter like that, so we can really see him better in front of this background. Now, the next thing what I would like to do is I would like to apply my mist brushes. So I have mist brushes that I created myself. You can get these also on my website if you want to get these. And you can apply these simply by just going to the brushes and select one of these mist brushes and apply that by just clicking. And let me show you how this works. You select one of these mist brushes, you set the color, let's say something grayish. You can also set the flow here. And then you just click here, here. Then you change the mist brush to another one, maybe this one. I would like to do this on a new layer so I can move the mist brush around if I want to. I will click here and then I will move this around, press Ctrl T to make it bigger. And that way I can create some mysterious mist around my subject. So let me also create some mist in the background. So basically this is just playing around in Photoshop. Once you have everything done, you can just have some fun here with adding some mist around your subject. And for animals, especially these kind of dark, mysterious animals, this is really cool to get some moody effects. I'm gonna place something there, there, and look how easy I can just apply mist to my image. Now the next thing what I would do is I would put all these mist brushes inside a folder with Ctrl G, selecting them all, and then just drop the opacity a bit here so it looks more like a real kind of photo instead of something that's photoshopped. Now the next thing what I would like to do is I'm gonna create a new layer, and I'm gonna press Command Alt Shift E so I can make a new layer of all the layers I just created. And then I'm gonna press right mouse, convert to smart object, and let's go to filter, and I'm gonna add a iris blur. I want to blur out the bottom part a bit here and also the outer parts, and let's increase the blur here. Let's make sure he is not blurred out but only the outer parts, especially the bottom part, like that, and press OK. Then I'm gonna go to filter, camera raw filter, and here I'm just basically gonna do some final corrections to my image. So first of all, I think we can increase the exposure a bit. It's a bit dark now. I'm also going to increase the contrast. I think I like these dark tones. Then I'm going to increase the highlights here just to make them slightly lighter. Shadows, we can make a bit more black. And the whites, I'm going to leave them as they are. The blacks, I'm also going to increase slightly here. Then I'm going to move down to texture. I like to drop my texture and increase the clarity just a little bit like that. We can add some dehaze here to kind of make these gray tones a bit more black. And we can also add a vignette here just to make this more mysterious. I'm not going to add grain. I'm going to move down to highlights. Here I'm going to change the highlights a bit. Let's see if we can make this better. I'm going to drop the lights a bit. I think this is a bit too light for this kind of setting. I'm going to increase the shadows here just to make them lighter. We don't have that much color, so we don't have to do any color grading here. Maybe just a little bit of these eyes that are changing here and a little bit of this area, but I'm not going to change it. I'm going to leave it as is and press OK. Now, what I could do next is add some color balance to just kind of balance these colors better. Maybe add some blue tones to this to make it a little bit more kind of cinematic like that. And I can also add a color lookup. So with color lookup, I will select tree strip just to boost these colors even more, but this is way too much, so I'm gonna drop this. So that is pretty much it. That is the final image. If you want to learn more about wildlife photo editing, make sure to check out my courses where I teach a lot more than this. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one.